planet's funniest animals. The animal show that doesn't bite. So jump up on the good couch and meet a kid who's getting a dressing down from her pops. A moose and a kid with dirty diapers. Plus, we'll see what Jeff Corwin's experiencing.
And he's thinking, I could bite that neck so easy.
All that and much, much more on the planet's funniest animals. And now, a man who believes that people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stone crabs, Matt Gallant.
Hi, and welcome to the planet's funniest animals, the show that stands way above those other animal shows. That is, if you tape it and put it on a really high shelf. A while back, I invested in this chain of child daycare centers, and I'll tell you, the red tape I'm getting from the state, it's like they want to know everything about everybody who works there. Well, we've got nothing to hide. It's all on tape. Take a look. See, at my daycare centers called Gingerbread Kids, we believe in allowing the children to explore their environment. Here we see one of our instructors, Miss Davin, teaching a child all about mosquitoes and malaria, and how they breed in murky, standing water. Our teachers take an active role in explaining the concept of cause and effect. Mrs. Kopakachi here is showing little Aaron what happens when someone puts too much detergent in the facility's washing machine. Children at Gingerbread Kids are taught to eat properly by our skilled staff, who are more than willing to show them how it's done. Sometimes too willing. If you're a child with a sweet tooth, you'll enjoy dessert time at Gingerbread Kids. And don't be surprised if someone else's sweet tooth is enjoying your dessert, too. At Gingerbread Kids, the children can learn all about wildlife and all its wonder. Eventually, they'll also learn about personal liability and the importance of having a good attorney. And nap time at GB Kids is restful, quiet, and if done properly, extremely claustrophobic. Like we said, extremely claustrophobic. Is it me or is this taking longer than usual? Man, I gotta get to my other job. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I should explain. I'm the manager of the apartment building next door, and I really have to check on things or I'll get fired. So if you don't mind, this is only gonna take a minute. There's the entrance to the apartment building right there. There's my second floor tenant, Mrs. Fishman. She just broke her hip last week. Be careful, Mrs. Fishman. I've been trying to help her out and get her onto an 8th floor unit so she can have a better view. Here's the playground area. I was able to divert a little money and buy some used equipment for the kids.
Lay down.
I even had some money left over in the budget for tetanus shots, in case anybody happens to touch the jagged, rusty side railing on the way down. Here are the Leahy twins in 2C. Everybody thinks they're a little weird because they do everything backwards. I heard they only chase cars that go in reverse.
Who's there? Who's there?
I don't know how many times I had to call the cops on this guy. He's always trying to peek into the woman's changing cabana by the pool area. I'll tell you, there's always one. We've really got to do something about the security issues here. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but look. You see that? We don't allow those types in here. Hey, what do you know? It looks like Mrs. Fishman's getting around a little bit better. Ooh, and it looks like she's even got a date. Woo, boy, I feel really, really good right now. I just solved all my relationship problems by spilling my guts on a TV call-in show. It was Larry King, and his guest was Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. But I've been in everything. Now, you guys probably won't be as lucky as I was to get through, so that's why we thought we'd present these tips on how to maintain a healthy relationship. One way to maintain a healthy relationship is to keep the romance alive and indulge in some old-fashioned necking. Of course, results vary depending on the size of the neck. Maintaining a great relationship means including your partner in everything. Including your mood swings. Waiting to use the bathroom can certainly be a strain on any relationship. This design solves that problem. Drinking out of the same toilet? Well, that problem has yet to be resolved. Studies show that more fights occur over the laundry than any other household chore. Although in most cases, the loser never ends up inside the hamper. Nothing is more stressful to a relationship than dealing with an unannounced vacuum cleaner salesman. Don't you hate it when they pour dust and dirt on your good stuff just for demonstration purposes? And to maintain a healthy relationship, we recommend long romantic walks in the country. Although for best results, we recommend those walks are taken in the same direction. Well, it's time once again to check our mailbag. Here's one that reads, Dear Matt, well, the ice shows are in town again this year, and the kids are pestering me to take them. The problem is, the tickets are $27.50 each. Who can afford that? What do I do, Matt? Signed, Glenn Zuck, Glenville, Idaho. Well, Glenn, I know what you mean by the price of tickets. I can't afford $27.50 either. It is plain old crazy. That's why I save my money and wait for this to come around. That's right. It's the low-budget ice shows. Hey, for $1.25, you can see this season's skating spectacular on frost. Just look at the pageantry and spectacle. And there are no bad seats because there are no seats. Have a good time, Glenn. Here's one that reads, Dear Matt, how can I tell if the water pressure in my house is too high? I've just been told my house doesn't have a regulator. Is there some kind of pressure gauge I can buy? Signed, Brad Baywood, West Coanga, Pennsylvania. Well, Brad, I'm not a plumber, but I do know proper water pressure is the key to maintaining your seals on your pipes. Here's a good test I learned a couple years ago. Now, here's how you check that pressure. Take an ordinary garden hose, turn the water on, and aim it directly at one of these. If the water water sends him spinning like this, you know you're working with way too much pressure. Looks like we need an adjustment. Thanks for your letter, Brad. Hey, we've got a lot of great stuff coming up. Then after these fine commercials, we'll be back with more show.
Coming up, a kid and a dog with a common interest. A little crane in the forecast. Plus, a dog who has her litter all over the house.
Be careful down there, sweetheart. There you go, getting lost.
And this sky.
Little lady. Little baby.
When we return with more of the planet's funniest animals.
Oh.
You can get pretty congested when mucus moves into your chest.
Welcome to our new home.
Very cozy.
Make yourself comfortable. Just ignore that.
That's why there's Mucinex. It's specially made to break up mucus that causes congestion.
Uh-oh. Honeymoon's over!
Ah, much better.
And only Mucinex lasts up to 12 hours.
Next time, I pick the place.
Yes, dear.
Mucinex in, mucus out.
You can be a hero, too. Take your family on a Walt Disney World vacation. A family of 4 can stay for less than $1,500.
Oh, what's the rush?
I overslept. Where's my shoes? My purse? My wings?
Duh. On me.
My,
Breakfast?
oh.
Well, that slowed you down.
The simple pleasure of Philadelphia cream cheese spread. Rich, creamy, and 25% less saturated fat than butter.
So where are you going?
Oh, this is a big white sale. The crowds can be hell.
Philadelphia, a little taste of heaven.
Next, find out how global warming is impacting Canada's polar bears. Then, a new mom tries desperately to keep her family together. And later, the Miami Animal Police evict a 16-foot freeloader. All next, only on Animal Planet.
I started doing the math and figured out that it does save you money. It saves me about $50 to $60 a month.
I'm saving between $30 and $40 a month.
$240 to $260 a year that I save.
Now, when I've added it all up, I'm saving $500 a year.
With all-in-one, I absolutely save more money and get more for my dollar.
No time for exercise?
If you take those 3 minutes in between what's happening in your sitcom and do sit-ups during the commercial, you'll find in 2 weeks that you've done more sit-ups than you've probably done in a year.
Tune into Discovery Health Channel for more health-related information.
Brought to you by Blue On Demand from Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, giving your family access to over 5,000 health topics at excellusbcbs.com.
So over the weekend, I went to a video store to get something to watch, and I said to the guy there, I said, real quiet like, I said, so, where's the good stuff? Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. And he knew exactly what I was talking about. Check out what I found. Check out this clip I found. It's rare video footage of a bird taking a sobriety test.
That's funny. That's funny.
Uh-oh. Looks like the only way he's gonna go south this year is with a designated driver. This is cool. I also found some old interactive footage. Here, you try it. Okay, take your TV. Now flip it over so it's upside down. Now the hamster's walking on the floor, see? Interactive. I bought bought this tape because the guy said it had a bunch of gutter humor on it. But I don't see anything like that. Oh, wait. There it is. And here's a salacious video of a woman determined to show us some skin. And after a couple hours of doing this, voila! Here's your skin. Here we see some rare video of Kelsey the performing dog doing his famous impression of a Bartlett pear. Okay, and now a ripe Bartlett pear. Great! Remember the fable of the mouse and the lion? Well, here's a lesser-known, low-budget home video bargain version. This was a real home video find. It's the best of the worst of nannies not doing their jobs free. Look, I know it sounds cliche to say the people you work with on a network are like a family, but all the TV hosts on Animal Planet are really good to each other. For instance, we all share stuff for our TV shows. I mean, sometimes I promote Jeff Corwin's show, The Jeff Corwin Experience. And Jeff, in turn, lets me. So, I don't want to keep Jeff waiting. Here are some pretty cool moments from the Animal Planet show, The Jeff Corwin Experience.
Hello. Oh, you stay right there, little guy. Yeah, your friend. You must smell my monkey from home. I don't want to pass that thing. I don't want to be bit by it, you know? I don't know. I'm scared. I love them. I love to study them. I like to learn about them. I respect them, but that's it. I respect them. I like to give them their space.
But on my list, from 1 to 10, they come in at around a 4. Mother, help me. Mother, please.
Now, these animals... Hey, you get back there.
Be careful down there, sweetheart. Here you go. Get a... hey. A little greedy. Little greedy.
There are 2 important reasons why these red colobus monkeys are endangered. And, buddy, if you jump at me, your species will be that much closer to extinction. That's a promise, okay, there. These are some of the rarest monkeys in the world. I tell you, I would totally freak right now if this thing leaped onto my back. I would be up this tree so fast.
Take deep breaths. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. God darn it, monkeys like me.
And then... He's looking at me, isn't he? I can tell he's looking at my neck, and he's thinking, I could bite that neck so easy. I could just take a good 2 or 3 tablespoons of neck flesh.
Get it off me, man!
And I'd be sitting there like... Go. Have a bite? I'll just turn my head. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so how about we just leave?
Boy, did you see the mob outside the studio today? No kidding. There were these 2 guys with brass knuckles and shiny suits right outside. Which reminds me of this segment about other mob scenes. Ever wonder why crowds form? Here's one we saw outside J&M Liquor Emporium in Compton. Apparently, this week's lottery jackpot is up to $105 million. And they already had 3 past winners from the same store. You know where else you'll find crowds? Wherever there's free drinks, that's where. I gotta tell you, it doesn't look like Mom considers this happy hour. I'm not sure who this is, but fans did the same kind of thing to Elvis in the 50s. that same note, I guess the disguise didn't work, because all the ducks in town recognized this girl in the wig and costume as the kid in the 80s TV show Webster. Why the big crowd here? Well, it looks like the Pope's in town for his once-a-year Mass Communion and baptism. And here we see the scene at the state fair where goats travel for miles just to see the popular petting girl. And now it's time for the game that's on everyone's minds these days.
What happens next?
Here's how it works. We'll show you a clip sent in from a home viewer. Then we're going to stop it, and you try to guess what happens next. Okay, here's the situation. A guy is on a ranch taking a nice, leisurely ride on top of his horse. So what happens next? Joe?
Does the man A, break his horse into a gallop? B, stop to watch the deer and the antelope play? Or C, experience a live cowboy blooper?
The answer to what happens next when we return with more of the planet's funniest animals right after the break.
Coming up, a cat who went from rags to other rags. A monkey who likes to tease kids. Plus some animals you'll find around the house and around the house. And a bird who's taking part in a bull session. When we return with more of the planet's funniest animals only on Animal Planet.
Maria Bergman's Nature Valley. Lost Horse Creek, Bitterroot Range, Montana. Where's yours? 100% natural, whole grains, delicious. Nature Valley granola bars, the energy bar nature intended.
Hey, hon, we gotta pick up Mikey at practice. Woo! Looking good, buddy.
Hi, sweetie. That's okay. Wait for a good one.
Nice one.
If only you could do more without leaving home. Fortunately, Walgreens' new digital service lets you upload photos to Walgreens.com and send them to print at thousands of Walgreens for you to pick up in as little as an hour.
I'm thinking of a number between 450 and 850. Do you know what it is? It's my credit score, and it happens to be 720. The higher my credit score, the better chance I have of saving a lot of money. Do you know your credit score? Do you know what's in your credit report? You can find out right now at freecreditreport.com. You can even print it out if you want to. How much easier could it get? Log on to freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
Free credit report offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
David, and I'm a sewer inspector.
I'm an air system cleaner.
We're whale autopsy technicians.
Chimney sweep.
Ostrich wrangler.
Worm rancher.
Bird waste remover.
Let's all discover the not-so-sweet smell of success with Dirty Jobs, the Discovery Channel series that celebrates the men and women who make civilized life possible for the rest of us. Hosted by Mike Rowe.
Great.
New Dirty Jobs, Tuesday at 9 on the Discovery Channel.
He was married 6 times and spent his money on parties and women.
He was a rock star.
He was Henry VIII, the ruthless king who beheaded 2 wives, looted churches, and executed the innocent. Witness the real story of a merciless tyrant whose worst enemy was himself. The Madness of Henry VIII. Premieres Sunday at 8, 9 Pacific on the National Geographic Channel. Dare to explore. Available on Channel 502.
Car dealers turned you down for a loan, told you that with your bad credit, bankruptcy, late payments, bad checks, slow credit, you've got to settle for some junky car. Then listen up. When other dealers can't, Vision Dodge can. Vision Dodge can get virtually anyone approved for a brand new Dodge or like new import or domestic. At Vision Dodge Penfield, you don't settle, you choose from over 200 vehicles. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. With Vision Dodge, you can. Call 385-5700 or stop into Vision Dodge, Panorama Trail, Penfield today.
The talent, the owners, the outtakes. It's 3 full seasons of Pet Star contestants jam-packed into 2 full hours of fun. Pet Star's greatest moments. Sunday starting at 8, only on Animal Planet.
Welcome back. And now for the answer to...
What happens next?
Remember, here's the situation. A guy is enjoying a leisurely horseback ride on the range. So what happens next?
Does the man A, break his horse into a gallop? B, stop to watch the deer and the antelope play? Or C, experience a live cowboy blooper? Let's watch.
If you said C, experience a live cowboy blooper, you'd be correct. Join us again next time for another exciting installment of...
What happens next?
I gotta tell you, I really love going to those restaurants. You know the ones where the belly dancer comes out and performs while you eat your dinner. Gosh, I love that. Well, recently though, because of some budget cuts, those restaurants are now hiring non-union performers. So now when you sit down and eat, you see entertainment like this. Okay, sure, the dancing is a little different from what I'm used to, but I gotta tell you, I'm oddly attracted. The other night, I had this dream that animals had the right to vote. Here's the weird part. The politicians were making even stranger promises than they do now. This one politician pledged that if he were elected, that it would be a crime to put a cover on your backyard septic tank. Another politician ran on this platform. Instead of animals always having to please their masters, all masters would be required by law to suck up to their pets. Another candidate promised cat leaders that felines everywhere would be able to wipe off bird and rodent grease with a free towel supplied by the government. Voters beware, though. Last election, bidets and drinking fountains were promised to dogs everywhere. Then they turned out to be the same device. If one congressman has his way, dogs everywhere could dip their toys in a synthetic slobber solution that, just like actual slobber, would be really gross, but completely germ-free. Just like our teenagers, more and more of our pets suffer from poor nutrition and obesity. And since there's no use trying to talk sense to the teenagers, we might as well take their good fruits and vegetables and give them to these guys. And Senator Thatcher Manning pledged in a stunning speech that monkeys would become man's best friend. Because, as the senator pointed out, would dogs go from public school to public school picking lice out of students' hair? You know when ducks kind of walk precariously near a freshly cemented sidewalk? Hold on a second. What is this? Guys, somebody's probably looking for this. It's a things to do list. Things to do. Number 1. Wake up, Matt. Remind him to dye his hair before taping. Play drum solo on his knee. Number 2. Borrow feather duster. Spend the morning cleaning up the living room. Number 3. Return feather duster to woman next door. Get out of there before things get really weird. Number 4. Chase stray petting zoo animals from the garden. Number 5. Go over to other neighbor's house and do this for 20 minutes. Wonder, why am I doing this? Then leave. Number 6. Talk to neighborhood birds. Make an inappropriate bird joke. Realize there's 2 of them and run like heck. Number 7. Meet with my trainer. See if that carrot diet helped me to lose inches off my waist so I can finally squeeze through the fence. And number 8. Settle down and end the day with a nice, quiet bath. Let viewing audience make up their own hair clog in the sink jokes. Boy, a new thing happened at the office the other day. This guy, he got fired for having all sorts of, well, let's just say, images on his computer. You want to see what we found? Boy, you think you know a guy. Nobody had any idea he was a bird washer. Not even his wife. Look at this stuff. Look at this. Look at this voyeuristic stuff. This must have been taken with one of those spy cameras. Jeez, who knew he was this kind of sicko? Aren't these kind of blood sports illegal in this country? They said that this guy had a whole collection of birds doing weird stuff at weddings. Look at this. And here's one he had filed under sports.
Now, way to go.
Yeah, right. Hold your horses. We'll be right back. Of course, if you don't have any horses, just hold whatever. See you have a good day.
Coming up, more running gags. 11 puppies that really take the cake. 2 cats who are getting a whipping. Plus more in-your-face comedy. Let me return with more of the planet's funniest animals.
Next, find out how global warming is impacting Canada's polar bears. Then, a new mom tries desperately to keep her family together. And later, the Miami Animal Police evict a 16-foot freeloader. All next, only on Animal Planet.
You can be a hero, too. Take your family on a Walt Disney World vacation. A family of 4 can stay for less than $1,500.
See you tonight.
Okay.
Introducing the all-new Suzuki Grand Vitara. You want more out of life? Suzuki's giving you the green light. Go. Lease the all-new Suzuki Grand Vitara for just $199 a month for 30 months. Hurry in.
Ask me.
Ask me. If I don't bring it up, you bring it up.
Let's not wait until you've lost any more bone.
Let's not wait till you break a bone.
You're a busy woman.
Osteoporosis is serious business because it can get worse. But bone loss can be reversed. Fosamax Plus D treats postmenopausal osteoporosis. It actually helps reverse bone loss.
It helps prevent hip and spine fractures.
Plus, it's got vitamin D.
You shouldn't use Fosamax Plus D if you have certain disorders of the esophagus.
You have to be able to stand or sit upright for 30 minutes.
If you have severe kidney disease or low blood calcium, you shouldn't take Fosamax Plus D. It's not for vitamin D deficiency.
Tell me about your stomach and digestive problems and your medications. Vitamins and supplements, too.
Stop taking Fosamax Plus D and call me right away if you get heartburn or it gets worse, or swallowing becomes difficult or painful, or if you have chest pain. These could be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
So call me. Make an appointment. Give me a call. We'll talk about it.
Ask me. Ask me about Fosamax Plus D.
Bone loss can be reversed. Ask me.
Unplug and saddle up with music's hottest stars and hear their personal stories about how horses have changed their lives.
My dad, we're connecting on a different level, and horses allow that.
And my father was determined that this pony would help me to walk.
It's a special night of music and horses on Trail Mix, hosted by Linda Eder, January 29th at 8 on Animal Planet.
You know the one thing that always kept me close to my family, besides that probation thing, were fun family activities. Well, it turns out animal families have activities too. When you're talking about fun family activities, few things can beat this. Jaywalking. Fun-wise, it's right up there with rolling through a stop sign and illegal U-turns. You know how we humans have a thing about not jumping off a bridge just because our friends do it? Well, apparently, among ducks, it's a legitimate family activity. Here's a family activity that's very popular among the hippo community. It's called Interrupt Mom and Dad So They Can't Make More Homely Babies Like Me. The classic family game of Duck, Duck, Goose can be modified depending on the family. For example, here we see a friendly game of Duck, Duck, Silky Terrier. Human families have long, nauseating car rides and winding backcountry roads on hot days. Ducks have these. Here's a family activity based on the popular Dr. Seuss book, Hop on Pop. Followed by an activity called Then Fall Off and Get Trampled by Pop. And here's a great game for the confused members of the family. It's called Let's Argue Over Which One of Us is Adopted. Boy, is anybody else feeling a little bit queasy? Geez, something just isn't sitting right. You know, we ate at this new place that our technical director, Leo, suggested, and really? You too? I thought so. Check this place out. The place was called Dine and Dandy. It just opened up, and Leo said it was known for its cracker and cheese bar. But I don't know. It didn't seem all that sanitary. I don't get it. Dave Eastwood said he even proposed to his wife here. Jeez. And look what they got dishing out the salads in this place. I mean, you thought the ladies doling out the stuff in your high school cafeteria were disgusting. There's not a hairnet big enough for this situation. And look at this. When you get to the toppings section of the salad bar, you never think in a million years that they're actually piled on top of some kid's head. That can't be clean. You know, maybe this is just a thing with me, but I was never a big fan of those family-style restaurants. For one thing, you never know what family you're going to end up having to share with. Right there. That's the so-called famous dessert bar. I think you can see the obvious health violation here. That's right. No sneeze guard. And ew! Look at how the kitchen help cleans the nozzles of the whipped cream dispensers. I had the ice cream sundae, too. No wonder my stomach's acting up. Oh, I'm sorry. That must have looked really unprofessional. You know, I'm really addicted to daytime soap operas, and I only get a chance to watch them in between segments. Look, I know it sounds really weird, but they were really, really good. Check it out. See, now here's what happened last week. Christian told Kendra his painful and embarrassing secret. That he's really in love with Bianca. Then Olivia accepted Kevin's ring and decided to start the honeymoon early. Inside the living room of his ex. Meanwhile, Thornton's maid was caught eyeing up and stealing Christmas decorations while they were attending a benefit for the Constance Foundation. Then, Larry and Donovan met at a secret location to plan the rig election so Chad's brother Jeffrey would become Southwick's mayor. Across town, Kaylee is still having nightmares of her attacker, who turned out to be Allison, who earlier vowed to take the boutique from her and run it herself. In the middle of a romantic dinner, Michael delivers a bombshell to Luann that he's really Michelle. And he's about to give birth to 3 eggs. And they're Donovans. Meanwhile, Danielle discovered she had feelings for the jailed Ryan, who she had testified against after he was caught embezzling money from her cosmetics company. life than just watching animals on videotape. There's also these commercials.
Coming up, a dog with a bubbly personality. A bird who wants to go somewhere to reflect. Plus, a pet who walks a thin line. When we return to the planet's funniest animals, only on Animal Planet.
These multivitamins
Even though water is an essential nutrient for healthy living, most Americans don't seem to drink enough of it. Water has great benefits. It curbs your appetite, helps maintain muscle tone, and improves your complexion. The more active you are, the more water you'll need. So drink up. Tune into Discovery Health Channel for more health-related information.
Brought to you by Blue On Demand from Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, giving your family access to over 5,000 health topics at ExcelisPCBS.com.
For these dogs, it's the journey of a lifetime. Careers built on competition. Now see what it takes to make it to the top. Travel the road to the national championship. Tomorrow at 8, only on Animal Planet. Tomorrow, it's the award show of the season, and everyone will be there, from the nominees to the nominee wannabes. So stop what you're doing, because you're invited to the planet's funniest animals Blue Ribbon Award. Tomorrow at 9 on Animal Planet.
Welcome back. Now it's time for Animals in the News.
In Poway Springs, Georgia, the winner of the world's worst watchdog was crowned yesterday when it was learned that the only thing remaining in the home of vacationing 86-year-old Lillian Dubby was her white checkered terry cloth bedroom slipper. Dunkirk police are circulating a photo of the suspect that many believe to be behind the recent firecracker in the school toilet gags. In Bozeman, Montana, Jimmy the Wild Dog was let go from his pack yesterday when he was caught on tape blatantly harassing a co-grazer. The victim, whose name has not been released, said that Jimmy also referred to her as Honey. And in an attempt to save money on overpriced human labor, the Broadwick Bowling Ball Company revealed Tuesday their new, cheaper method for drilling holes. After numerous woodland accidents, the North Dakota Department of Parks and Recreation released the first in a series of wolf safety films. This one graphically illustrates the kind of danger that inevitably follows soon after someone says, "Hey, look what I can do." Yesterday in Addison, Michigan, Charles Fickus became the first glassblower to blow a fishbowl with an actual living fish inside.
Now, as you may have heard, I just got back from touring our military bases around the world. And I'll tell you, to hear 200,000 brave Americans in 144 nations singing the Animal theme song was a sound I'll never forget. I'll also never forget the great acts that entertained our troops over there. Here now are just some of them.
When we first got there, we could tell that the morale was a little low. But then we brought out everyone's favorite, the kid with the mirror-chasing bird. Now we were all ready to bring out Miss September, Miss Tropical Suntan, and Miss Legs America. Everybody kept screaming, "Where's the little dog that jumps through the hoops?" So we changed our plans. One of the things the guys were all saying they missed the most was the sports. So we brought out this performer, and pretty soon, everybody was on their feet. Here we are inside the aircraft carrier Nimitz. Some of these sailors haven't seen dogs blowing bubbles in over 7 months. One of the performers was actually handed a piece of the rubble from one of the palaces and then surprised the crowd with this impromptu act. Oh, here we are inside the Nimitz again, inside the galley. Boy, I'll tell you, the boys got their 3 S's that day. A shower, a shave, and a show. Seriously, thank you for all you do over there. For us, over here. We pray that everyone comes home soon.
And now for one thing you can't see on HBO. Commercials. See you after the break.
Coming up, what you see on the Discount Jungle Cruise.
There he goes. Woo-hoo. What a ride. Now he goes up over the chicken hour.
When we return...
just got a new satellite dish hooked up, and they've got this new channel that I think's even better than the channel for men. It's the Guy with Nothing to Do channel. Check it out.
She's walking the wire. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's just about as soon as he can handle it. Whoop, let that tail go. What a counterbalance. Hey, he got to the stick now. He's flying on the stick. Whoop. There he goes. What a ride. Now he goes up over the stick and around. Around.
You know what I think I like the most about the channel? Are the real-life issues and snappy dialogue.
That's how we'll get a grain of corn. If he can do it, you can do it, right? There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. What's that tail? Hey, he's doing pretty good. Whoop, hey, that's a whoop, whoop. There we go. Whoop, whoop. Okay, hey, he got it. Okay, here we go. Just like I showed you. Over and out. There we go. Merry-go-round. Whoa, 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 whoa. That wasn't the way it's supposed to go. Whoop. Holy smokers. I better do this thing upside down.
The planet's funniest animals. We're changing the way people criticize our clothes, one t-shirt at a time. By the way, you want one? Just send us a video of your pet at home, in the backyard, on vacation, in the park, wherever. And if we use it on the air, the t-shirt and a check for $100 are yours. But just make sure that no animals are harmed in the making of your home videos. Send your funny stuff to
The planet's funniest animals. P.O. Box 2904, Toluca Lake, California. 91610-0904. Remember, if we use your tape, we'll send you $100 and the planet's funniest animals t-shirt.
Well, that's about all the show we have. But before we go, I'd like to leave you with this reminder. Insects have needs too. So please give generously to the Salvation Army ants. Goodbye, everybody.